Hi, nice to meet everyone, and I appreciate everything that's going on here. My name is Mike Conifal from RisingHy Specialty Sauces here in Flagstaff, Arizona, as well as the Tortilla Lady. What we do is we produce a variety of sauces as well as tortillas and tamales commercially. So, to kind of touch on what Gideon spoke about, which I really appreciate your presentation. uh, we are on a different level. So we started the company in a commercial kitchen out of a restaurant. This was about in 2005. And we had to write the guidelines for the health department. Nobody had ever done anything like this in Coconino County. So I essentially had to research how to produce low acidic foods in Coconino County and write the guidelines for the health department. Since then, we have a full commercial kitchen. We have 9 sauces that we're producing, and we distribute throughout Arizona. We have had some huge growing pains, some successes, some failures. At one point, we were nationwide with 220 Sprouts grocery stores with 5 of our SKUs. SKU being the number on the back of your barcode, which leads me to something that if somebody and anybody out there are actually looking to get into barcodes and stuff like that, one thing that I learned the hard way was there's one company called GS1.org, which is a United States standard for barcodes. So you can go and find barcodes on websites and buy them and stuff like that. But I originally did that, and it turned out that my hot sauce was registered to the Georgia Peach Company. So it turned out that GS1.org is the one where you buy a block from 0 to 99, and the only number that changes is the last kind of digit. So it starts at 0 and it goes all the way to 99. Just something that I found very important. So we are now dealing with FDA guidelines. So we are on a different path from where we used to be. If you want to go to the next slide. So we are producing sauces, and the FDA guidelines come into play if you do a multitude of things. One, you sell over $500,000 worth of unit annually, or 50,000 units. Also, if you go interstate. So when we took it to the next scale with Sprouts, we had to deal with all new health inspections from not just your local communities, but also the FDA, which is a very high standard. And you have to have an action plan. It's called a HACCP plan, where if anything, it's like a hazardous control plan that they'd like to see about how things are regulated and controlled, from how it comes into the building, how it's stored, how it's produced, temperatures, pHs, where it's stored, and where it's shipped, with dates, labels. Everything has a standard. So it is, I guess I would say, I have a wealth of knowledge now based on this. So if anyone is interested, I would love to chat with you a little bit later, and kind of go on a one-on-one basis, because it can get a little overwhelming. But we did continue from RisingHy, and we got into tortillas. So believe it or not, we actually have 2 commercial kitchens, one for RisingHy. And as you can see on the screen, we have a list of everything from honey mustard, where we source locally from Flagstaff, to an infused salt, devil salt, to a variety of sauces. We infuse habanero olive oils. And then in 2010, the Tortilla Lady business, I didn't start, but it was going out of business, and we decided to combine the 2. So we, at one point, were making tortillas by day and sauces by night, and then we expanded to a secondary facility so that we could separate the sauces on one side, the tortillas on another. And we are currently producing them for a multitude of Whole Foods, natural grocers, as well as locally all of the grocery stores in Flagstaff. So Safeways, Bash's, and Sprouts. So I guess kind of to touch again on what Gideon was saying, it's just we are just on a whole different level. And we started exactly like he did. I was working farmers markets. I was pushing the sauces at every restaurant and every retail outlet you could during the day, working at night. And then on farmers markets, I used to do from Flagstaff, we used to do the Carefree Farmers Market, the Old Town Scottsdale Farmers Market on Saturdays. Sundays we do the Ahwatukee markets, and then in Flagstaff, when our season was, we would do farmers markets here. So if anyone's looking to get their feet wet and really experience the business, the farmers markets are the greatest way to interact with customers, get feedback. We used to just take trials, and we just call everyone guinea pigs and be like, hey, try this out. We're experimenting. And we would just kind of perfect our sauces based on flavor profiles that people liked, and it's been great. And then luckily that got us into, we actually produce all of the tortillas now currently for Northern Arizona University. So not only alum, but now giving back to university, and that's how I got connected with this great program. And Darren and everyone involved really appreciate what you're doing, and we truly believe that the local community needs more of this in every community across the United States. And so some of the things, I guess, to go on top of that too, that Gideon was saying about nutrition facts. If you get to the point where you really want to start manufacturing and you want to take it to the next level where you'd be on grocery stores and that kind of stuff, you actually have to have a food safety laboratories. U of A has a great one. New Mexico State has one, but you make sauce, for example, or tortillas, and you send them products, and you have to, you pay for the service, but what they do is they put them through shelf life testing, they put them through pH balance testing, they put them through nutritional facts breakdowns, so that you can have all of the necessary pieces of the puzzle on a bottle of sauce or on a tortilla, because it's just a different world from the backdoor farmers market to commercially produced products on the shelves. It's a wonderful market. It's tough to get into, and it's cutthroat. But once you're in there, you fight for shelf space and you do a lot of stuff. But it gets the name out there, and it takes some time. So I'd like to just reiterate to people: if you get into the food industry, it's not an easy thing. A lot of people get grandma's recipe and they think, oh, it's amazing, I'm going to just make it and produce it. And you can do that on one set level, but to scale it up is a lot of time, dedication, successes, failures. But it's fun. It's amazing, especially if you love the community in which you are, and you can touch with local producers, sourcing local ingredients, making great connections. But it's not a walk in the park. As anybody from the farmers of this morning can tell you, to Gideon, to myself, to anybody that produces a food item, it's a lot of work. And it's good that we have these kind of forums and knowledge, because a lot of people have no idea where their food comes from. And it's very important to know how it's grown, where it's grown, how it's produced, with what it's produced. So again, I just want to reiterate that I'm very happy with what you guys are doing. So I guess from there, I could talk for a long time about different stuff, but when you get to this kind of level, you have very strong on inventory, on stock, on sourcing, on storage, on distribution, on corporate level meetings and things of that nature. So I could talk about those, but if somebody's really interested in them, I'd love to chat with you more. But it's a wonderful ability to produce food and get it out there in the world. But it does take a lot. And then in today's market too, you got to be active on the social medias. You have to be completely engaged with the customers, not just face to face at the farmers market, but every day people want content. So we have my partner Dawn is fully dedicated to just social media, and she handles the website stuff and social media, which is a full-time job. I handle most of the production, the employees, and kind of the corporate side of stuff. But it's been a wonderful ride. We really enjoy it. It's helped us become better people, better in the community, and yeah, I just want to, if anyone has any personal questions about it, we can go in there and I can send you more stuff. But it's there's a lot of pieces to the puzzle, and so I hope to meet all of you at some point, and I thank you again for your time, and I hope that this is informative in some way, and if I can help in any way, please reach out, and thank you again for everything.